Hello, welcome to Black Friday with Brittany Kennedy. Today is July 15th, 2020. I can't believe we're almost through with July already. My son turned 5 months on Monday, and I'm just shocked that we are this close to the end of summer already. It doesn't even feel like I've had any opportunity to enjoy summer because I've been inside the entire time. So, yeah, COVID-19 has really taken a toll on things. And to be honest, I'm pretty over 2020, like 100%. I feel like the political climate, COVID-19, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted at looking at my Facebook. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but anywho, hopefully this will kind of give us, today's topic will give us a little bit more of an uplifting about solutions and things that we can do. For those of you guys that are new to Black Friday with Brittany Kennedy, this is a space where I like to talk about socioeconomic issues in the Black community that are too taboo to talk about. I like to talk about them. My thought process is that we'll start to create solutions, right? Start to think about these things that are going on in our community, and from there we'll start to actually create solutions that will help better our communities overall. That's what I think. I think it kind of works. I don't know. What do you mean here? So last week I talked about, I'm really into like supporting Black businesses. I always have been, but right now I feel like our people are very receptive to that. So I've been pushing that agenda here. Especially if you guys know anything about Black Friday. Black Friday, before it became a consumerism type day, it was actually a day where slaves were sold at a discount price. So I'm very against Black Friday because they kind of commercialized it, and we are the highest spending, or we spend the most amount of money per year. So I'm very much against that. But obviously, we have to purchase goods. We have to. It's like imperative to be able to survive unless you're going to like create everything yourself. So I'm here to talk about businesses that we can support. And last week I talked about this business, but I don't really feel like I gave it the... I didn't really explain it very well as to what this business is all about. And it's actually, I think, a non-profit organization. It is called Black Owned Now. And on this website, you can actually list Black businesses. So if you have friends or you know a Black business that you really want to recommend, you can add it to the list. If you yourself are a Black business owner, you can also add yourself to the list. It's a really lovely platform. I was actually thinking about this same exact thing probably like a month ago, right? And I was sitting there thinking that I should create this website and do this myself. And yet, somebody else beat me to the punch. That somebody being these lovely people. But on top of that, I think Beyonce also did something. I looked at the website there. It's very curated. It's very, it's not all Black businesses. So I think there's still room for that. So maybe you should check, look out for that. I think I'll probably actually be doing that anyways. Maybe it'll just be like my favorites, or maybe it'll be, Brooklyn-based. I have no idea, but I think we definitely need to support Black businesses. It makes no sense for us to protest. Obviously, I'm tongue-tied today. It makes no sense for us to protest if we're going to still be putting all of our money into their pocket, right? So last week I talked about. I posted a video called Black People Don't Know That They Elect the Electoral College. And I found that this video was very helpful. From the feedback that I got from the groups that I post into, a lot of people were very grateful and said thank you for sharing this information, because a lot of us didn't really know how the Electoral College actually worked. To be honest, myself, I actually forgot. I studied politics in college, decided to get an art degree, and once I did that, I put everything to the side. I wasn't really interested in politics that much, but I did remember just the basics that we did elect the Electoral College. I just wasn't sure exactly how it worked. So this allowed me, in the process of educating you guys, I educated myself. And that's what I tend to do on pretty much everything that I talk about. I know a little bit about it, but I do the research and I find out that much more. So from the feedback that I got in regards to this topic, the Electoral College, politics, what America, Black America needs to do. I don't know why we haven't done it yet, because everybody is, a lot of Black people that are commenting are sharing their thoughts that the Democratic isn't for us, the Republic isn't for us, so we don't have an option. We don't have anybody we can vote for. And I think you're right. So my solution is that why don't we create our own party? Why haven't we created our own party? You would think after, like, I don't know, how many years have we been out of slavery? 400 or something? I don't know. You would think that we would have already done this, and I guess we kind of just piggybacked off of the Democratic Party. First, we piggybacked off of the Republican Party. Then we found out they really didn't have our best interests at heart, so we went to the Democratic Party, but also they really didn't have our best interests at heart, and so we kind of just, like, go back and forth. And we're considered the most conservative Democratic Party, like, our group of people in the Democratic Party. So Black people have very, very conservative views, but we somehow still feel like Democrats are, like, where we should, put our chips into. That basket is for us, or more for us than the Republicans. I don't know. I tend to vote Democratic. I have in the past, but I'm all for us creating our own political party. And so that's what I'm here to talk about today. It's actually not as difficult as one would think in order to do so, but let's just look at some of the articles that I pulled up. Also, everything research-wise will be below, so all you have to do is click on that drop-down arrow, and you'll be able to check out the links yourself. So I pulled up something from CNBC. It's called BET founder Robert Johnson urges Black Lives Matter to form its own independent political party. I'm very confused about Black Lives Matter, like not the movement, but the actual organization. There's a lot of people that have been talking about this organization lately, and it's like, well, where does your money go? People donate. Where does it go? I don't know where it goes. Actually, I'm going to reach out to the organization to find out if I can find out where their money goes, because I'm not seeing programs in the community. I'm not seeing anything in the community that they really like, that they're doing. It doesn't mean that they're not doing anything, but what I'm saying is that I'm not seeing it. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like Black Lives Matter, for me right now, without enough information to actually identify with, they kind of go like and just slap their name on everything. And I don't know. I think there is really, really good momentum in that, though. I think there's strength in numbers, and we all kind of have, it's like our platform. And so I like it, but a little concerned about Black Lives Matter as an organization. But anywho, Robert Johnson isn't as concerned, I suppose. But it says, I've been convinced for a long time that 40 million African Americans who tend to vote as bloc in one of the two parties limit their leverage in getting action from both parties, the 74-year-old Johnson said on Squawk on the Street. Whatever Squawk on the Street is. I have no idea what that is, but anywho. So he says, had African Americans' interests been embraced by one or two of the dominant parties, we wouldn't have the tremendous social, economic, racial issues that we have now. Johnson said, forming a new party would send a message that Democrats should not take the African American vote for granted, and that Republicans should not ignore issues important to Black people. I agree with this, but let's just scroll down to his actual letter that he sent over. And he says, I am writing you with a suggestion that Black Lives Matter consider establishing a formal independent political party. The party could be founded on the principle articulated by the founding members of the Congressional Black Caucus in 1971. That formative principle stated, Black people have no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. The effort to create an independent Black party created specifically to address Black issues is not a new idea among Black people. There are many people with both black and white, who believe that independent parties can make a significant contribution to the current political system as to how this nation of 300 million diverse citizens can be governed in the best interest of all Americans. Many pundits will try to convince you that it is impossible for independent parties to exist in this country. They will argue that the American people seem to be satisfied with just two choices. To the contrary, I believe politically astute and structured Black independent party committed and engaged in the electoral process can prove them wrong. I am confident in this assertion because BLM has, in a manner not seen since the Civil Rights Movement, effectively mobilized and passionately motivated people. Agreed. black and white, to join in and support your righteous fight against racial and economic injustice, particularly on the matter of unjustified police killing of black people. Your cause has triggered a determined reaction calling for change heard not only in America but around the world. Facts. Black Lives Matter, by establishing an independent political party, can become a force dedicated to advancing the permanent interests of 40 million black Americans in this country. BLM is endowed with the hope and confidence of youth fortified with the knowledge of what is wrong and what must be made right, and has the courage to challenge power, no matter what the risk. The purpose of this memo is to encourage you to harness these forces and think about what you have ignited and how it can and should, through the political process, cause America to truly live up to its belief in American exceptionalism and its promise of the American dream for all. I agree. He, worded that extremely well. And I think Black Lives Matter definitely should be looking at creating their own political party. I mean, if there's going to be an organization that's going to be able to do it, I feel like BLM has the backing. They already have the foundation. They already have the organization in order to do that. And I think they would just rally up. You know, they do. They've got a good support group from not only the blacks, but also the whites. I know some of us are very sketchy about that. I'm very sketchy about that because it's like you don't really know who's really for you and who's really against you, or who's kind of just like going with the trend or whatnot. But overall, I think it's a really good idea. And I think we should have thought of this. And I'm pretty sure that we have already thought about it, but haven't had maybe the tools necessary to go ahead and move forward with it. Maybe just got discouraged about the political process. Maybe we thought it was challenging or too difficult to actually do. And I'll share with you that it's actually not challenging at all to create a political party. It's kind of easy and almost anybody can do it. So here we are at fec.gov, Federal Election Commission of the United States of America, registering as a political party. Forming a new national or state political party organization. New party organizations must register with the FEC when they raise or spend money over certain thresholds in connection with the federal election. The FEC determines if a committee has demonstrated enough national or state activity to qualify as a national or state party committee. Before taking advantage of higher contribution limits available to these party committees, a committee will have to ask for an FEC advisory opinion to verify that it has attained national or state committee status. If a party organization will be active only in state or local elections, it doesn't need to register with the FEC. Don't even need to register. But obviously I think we would want to register because we're going to be getting like that kind of money, right? To support campaigns, etc., etc. Forming a local branch of an existing political party, for example, Democratic, Republican, Libertarian, or Green Party, local branches must register their party organization with the FEC when they raise or spend money over certain thresholds in connection with the federal election. They just said that twice. Anyways, when a local party organization is required to register with the FEC, it becomes a local party committee. Is there something wrong with this website? Are they totally just like... Well, anyways, I don't know. Anywho, so as you can see, it's actually not very challenging or difficult to do at all. And I think we should do it, honestly. Maybe it'll help if I send a letter to Black Lives Matter and say, like, I second what Robert Johnson said. You totally should do that. Or maybe we should all do that. I think it's a great idea. So I would love to hear your feedback. What do you think about us creating our own political party? Do we need to do it? How do we do it? Do you know how to do it? Obviously, I just shared with you. So if you actually made it to this part of the video, you're probably going to be like, duh, she just said all that. But if you didn't, then, hey, I always figure it out in the comments anyways, right? So please, please, please like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel. Please share this information with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, your people, your white people, your black people. Just share the goddamn video, right? So thank you so much for checking in. Again, please share your comments, your thoughts about creating our own political party. What do you think about it? Thank you.